We face various threats when we ride motorcycles. It comes with the territory. Do you do anything to protect yourself from a threat when you ride? How about when you're out on your bike and you're stopping at different places? What do you carry with you on your bike or on your person in order to help you manage some of those threats? I'm going to talk to you about what I carry with me and why. Happy New Year! What's up? Jim here. Welcome back to J Street Moto. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. It is not the most beautiful day here in Charlotte, but I'm going out for a ride anyway. It's been something that's been kicking around in my brain for a while now that I've been thinking about. I figured I'd talk about it while I was out scooting around on this cold and overcast day. Get back whips, bolts, and rocks and pieces of metal or heavy debris that you might carry in your pockets. Maybe you carry a pew-pew, knives, other kinds of improvised and available weapons. I don't know what you carry with you when you go to take a ride. I'm going to talk to you about kind of what I carry, why I carry it, and how I approach protecting myself while I'm on a motorcycle, or in general while I'm out on my motorcycle. Some of the stuff I'm going to talk to you about is stuff that I do irrespective of whether the bike is involved or not. Where I'm going to start with this is the single best self-defense weapon that every single human being on the planet has. They've always got it with them, and they have it in their possession from the time they draw their first breath until the time they draw their last. Pretty simple. Any guesses? Yep, it's that gelatinous mass that's in between your ears called a brain. That's your most effective and best self-defense weapon. Just bear with me, I'm going to explain why. For a little background, in case you're new to the channel, I am a veteran. So I've had training in that arena. I am a martial artist. I own a martial arts school, so I'm a teacher as well as a student. But one of the things that I teach my students and try to practice myself all the time is this thing called situational awareness. Maybe you train martial arts too. Maybe you have been in the military and you're watching this. I don't know your background. A lot of people hear that word and a lot of folks throw it around, but let me kind of give you how I define it, because I might not define it the way that a lot of people do. Situational awareness is my ability to know about everything in my environment. That's everything from what's the weather conditions like, say you're riding a motorcycle, what's the weather conditions like, what are the road conditions like, all the way down to, that person standing on the corner that is close enough that he could run over and knock me off the bike and steal my motorcycle. Or someone sitting in their car, not paying attention to what the hell they're doing, looking at their phone, weaving all over the road, acting like a fool. Situational awareness covers everything. It also covers me being aware of how I am mentally. What is my mental state? Have I been drinking? Have I been doing other things that are going to alter my ability to be able to react to things in the same time that I would be able to do it were I not under the influence of something? So yeah, and I use that situational awareness to do things such as help me understand when I should be being more aggressive on the bike when I'm riding in certain situations, and when I should be more passive and hang back from someone. Or, in general, when the weather is making it so that I should be more passive and shouldn't ride like I would if it was a bright sunny day and the roads were dry, there was no chance of ice, any of that kind of stuff happening. And I would argue that if you are being situationally aware, if you're using your brain, you are going to avoid most circumstances that would require you to use or to take any kind of self-protective action. Now think about that for a second. Isn't it better for me to avoid a confrontation than it is for me to escalate one? I think it is. The reality is, guys, cars are big. They weigh a lot. They will mess you up if someone decides to use one as a weapon. And that is a reality in the world that we live in. People are assholes, or they can be assholes, especially when they're called on something that they're doing wrong. You happen to look over at somebody swerving on the road, they're beside you, and you catch their face, and you're just like, hey man, put your phone down. That right there, in different times, has escalated with me, and I've seen it escalate with others, into that person trying to run the biker off the road just because they were being called on the stupid shit they were doing. They don't care. They're not going to get hurt. So yeah, use this thing in between your ears. Use it. Make good decisions. I say that to my kids all the time. Make good choices. And really, that's what self-protection is. It's about stringing together a bunch of really good choices. Let's talk about some of the stuff you could carry on your bike. I'm going to cover the things I don't carry first, and then I'll talk about the stuff that may or may not be on the motorcycle with me at all times. First thing we're going to cover is the get back whip. Now, I am not, if you're watching this and you have one, great. I know a lot of people that have them. It's not right for me. I'm not going to carry one. I'm never going to have anything hanging off of my motorcycle with the intent of swinging it at something else that it could wrap around and take control of my bike. That's my big problem with a get back whip. It's connected. It's connected to your handlebars, dude. You throw that thing and it happens to wrap around a mirror or get stuck in the groove of the hood on a car. That car stops real fast because you just hit him on the hood with the damn thing, or turns away from you because you just hit him on the hood with the damn thing and you freaked him out and you scared him. Where is that taking you? You're right, straight to the ground. That's why I don't have one on the bike. Now you can tell me all you want, well, that's because, Jim, you don't use it right and you're not employing it correctly. If you did, that would never be a thing. Okay, I'll give you that. I would counter that argument with this. When your adrenaline dumps because you're in a shitty situation, we do stupid things. And unless you have trained that activity repeatedly under duress, you can't guarantee it won't happen to you. You can't guarantee that you will employ it correctly. I'm a guy that likes to deal with probability. I want to avoid or increase the probability of success with everything that I do. I'm not going to use a get back whip. I know guys that carry like nuts and bolts and, you know, rocks on their person. And if someone's tailgating them, you know, they'll throw one over their window, try and hit their windshield, throw them at the hood. If they're, you know, beside them and doing something stupid, they'll throw them at the car, causing damage to the person's vehicle. I don't really do that either. I don't carry that stuff with me. I get it, I do. I would argue how much of that is for your protection and how much of that is just for you to be able to vent frustration and get out your anger. Because the reality is, I don't know how that person's going to react when you surprise them with that. Keep in mind what I just said. They got a vehicle that weighs a lot more than us, and they are protected. I'm not. If I really want to run the risk, they're going to, you know, run into me with their car because they just don't give a shit. Not to mention, and I'm not a lawyer, guys, and don't take anything that I'm saying in this video for, you know, legal purposes. I'm not an attorney. I do not know. I know the law in my state as I'm willing to interpret it for me. I'm not giving anyone advice to do something and say, oh, well, you know, Jim said we could do this, so obviously it's you know, not against the law. Well, I'm not going to say that. I don't know how the law would view damaging people's property in that situation. In other words, you might get a visit from the police because they probably got your, you know, your tag. You might get a visit from the police and they say, you know what, you endangered someone's life. You damaged personal property. You are liable for that. I don't know. I don't want to run the risk. That I do know. So I don't carry that kind of stuff with me. I'm going to try and talk about the next one using language that doesn't get the video, you know, shut off on YouTube. Let's talk concealed pew-pews. Say you have your concealed carry. Now, I will talk to you about me. I'm not going to talk to you about you. I do, and I do carry. Every one of my outer layers that I ride on the bike has a pocket specific for that purpose. I don't carry it on my person when I'm riding. One, because it's uncomfortable where I carry it at. Number two, I profile. And I'm of that school of thought. I carry concealed because I don't want people to know what tools I have at my disposal. Otherwise, I would just strap it on my hip, not go through the extra paperwork and open carry everywhere that I go. But then someone knows what I have. I don't want that. If I'm profiling, it's no different than me open carrying, in my opinion. Especially to someone that knows what the hell they're looking for. So I tend to not carry it on my person when I'm on the bike. However, and I'm not going to confirm or deny whether I use these or not, there are companies out there that make holders, I'll use that word, I think that is a safe word, that you affix to the inside of your saddlebag with the bolt that holds the saddlebag to the bike. So it's literally like right here. Hopefully the video is picking it up. It's right here. All I have to do is open the saddlebag, reach in, and I can draw if I need to. And that's a huge if, right? Because you are, now I understand people that will say, oh, well, you know, every once in a while I will, someone's riding my ass and maybe I kidney carry. For those of you that are not familiar with that term, that's when you have it behind your back, tucked into your waistbands, near where your kidney is. I kidney carry when I ride, and if someone's riding my ass, I will raise my shirt up and let them see that I got it. I'd be careful with doing that, especially with the laws wherever you are that you are riding. That could be considered brandishing a weapon, or certainly threatening someone with a deadly weapon. That's how I would interpret that, and I think a good lawyer could probably make the case for it. So I tend to carry it where I can access it should I need to, but not where I can just, I'm not reaching in and just going to show it to somebody as I'm riding down the road. If they're being an ass, I'm not just going to pull it out. I'm not pulling my weapon out unless I intend to use it. Unless I intend to pull the trigger and destroy whatever the hell it is that I'm pointing it at. That's simple. I do carry knives. I do carry those. You won't know where they're at on my person, but I carry them, and they can be deployed rather quickly. Those are something, though, that I'm going to use more, when I'm off the bike. So I'm interested. Drop down in the comments, what do you carry? Why do you carry it? I mean, the reality is, it's been my experience that it's a far greater percentage of people that just make a mistake. They're not intentionally trying to hurt you. They make a mistake and they feel bad when they realize they've made that mistake. Letting them know you're there, honking the horn, paying attention, using situational awareness to hopefully see that they're not paying attention and either get past them quickly or hang back. There's no place you're going that's worth your life. You can use situational awareness to keep you out of that situation to begin with. Most people that I have come into contact with that have done something stupid and almost hit me, almost run me off the road, almost turned in front of me, maybe did turn in front of me, they are extremely apologetic. They're like, oh, holy shit, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't see you there. Of course you didn't see me there. You weren't paying attention. Your situational awareness was shit, is what causes that. Oh, I'll give you an extra credit. I'll give you a bonus one. I don't do it myself personally, but for those that do, I've got a question if you're watching this video. What benefit does it serve after someone has, done something stupid and almost hit you, for you to speed up beside them and damage their property by smacking their mirror off the car? How does that benefit you? How does that help prevent it in the future? I'm curious, because that's something I view as you just damage someone's personal property. You can't just because someone, makes you angry in a parking lot, say you're walking through a parking lot, somebody makes you angry because they did something that you perceived as potentially threatening, even if it was accidental. You can't just walk up to their car with a baseball bat and break one of their windows. I mean, you could, but you're going to face criminal charges. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know kind of what you guys do, and just let me know kind of what y'all's thoughts are on this topic. I've been thinking about it quite a bit. Make sure you know the laws in your own state, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can tell you. Make sure you know the laws in your own state. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, click notification bell, share it with your friends. All that stuff is free to you, and it does help the channel. Always ride safe.
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ah. Asshole.
Really? Peace out, bitches!